don't like the word faction. The only time you can say UPC had factions was in 2015. 2015, they had two sides of UPC. One side had 1 MP, the other side had 9. So those are the factions. But to be a faction, you must also be on the ground. We have what is common in Uganda as ghosts. They have no function, they have no form, they have nothing which identifies them as part and parcel of a political entity. Right here, I have members of parliament and others seeking to be members of parliament. I have been on the field with many of them, I have campaigned with them, and I'm going to campaign with them again to make sure that UPC flag flies high. If these so-called factions you're talking about, if they are fielding candidates, I don't know where they're fielding them because it's not in Uganda. They are nowhere in Uganda. There's no local government where they're there. Here, we have a chair of a local government. There's one of us here, so now going for a member of parliament. So you cannot have factions which don't exist in the politics. UPC is a political party. UPC as a political party participates in politics, is concerned about the well-being of the citizens, speaks about the well-being of the citizens. Who are these who are not speaking about the well-being of the citizens? The only option they have is how they can stop. Each time you call a meeting, people run to court. No, you call a delegates conference, people run to court. You call a meeting, they run to court. What do they want? Did any of these people try to even collect and return signatures? They didn't. So in fact, the Electoral Commission should not have been even looking at this thing. If only one person in the name of UPC returned the signatures, what more do you need? Recently, at the iPod meeting, I was there with Simon Byabakama. Who was I representing? I was there as a UPC president. I've been in parliament for the last 5 years on the UPC ticket. So, what is this issue? Faction. Why do you bring it up? If they really want, let us go to the field. We contest. End of the day, we'll see who is on the ground, who is not on the ground. So, this is of factions. I don't know. Me, I know only UPC. And when I go to the field, I only know UPC. When I see a UPC flag bearer, that is the one I will support. And that's the same for all. I will ask all members of UPC. Look for your UPC flag bearer and put your support there, because UPC is here to work for the people of Uganda. I was supposed to be presenting my manifesto today. We had scheduled our nomination today, and I was going to present a manifesto to the people of Uganda. I am still going to present this manifesto. But I want to distinguish, this manifesto is not a wish list, it's not just a talking thing. This is a manifesto which touches on the needs of the people of Uganda, which touches on the desires of the people of Uganda, and which touches on the future of the people of Uganda. When I unveil this manifesto and the campaign, then some people will begin to realize why it is that there are those who do not want Jimmy Akena on the ballot. As Jimmy Akena, I've always talked on issues. For me, this campaign is about issues. Not about personalities, not about this or that, but about the issues, and the issues which affect the people of Uganda. So, yes. Jimmy Akena. The only person on behalf of UPC who presented signatures is Jimmy Akena. There is no other. So, where does the issue come about? Clearly, there's internal or external interest in the matters of UPC. I will not go into other details because I'll leave that to the lawyers, but clearly, this is not something which just happened. Because never has it ever happened that a candidate is disqualified before nomination. You members of the press, has it ever happened in the history of Uganda? How is it now in 2025 overreach? One candidate being disqualified. This candidate has prepared for this day. 20 years in parliament, honing the skills. Been in politics long before. How many opportunities do you get to stand as a member or as a presidential candidate? It comes once in a lifetime. How sure, if I look around, how sure any of us are going to be around in 2031? We don't know. The question is now. Why now? I'll leave that to those who have tried to undermine UPC, but I'll assure them UPC is not dying. Not today, not under my watch.
We recognize that there are some aggrieved persons who went to court and have challenged under the various provisions of the law, and they are seeking remedies. That is the very point we are making to the Electoral Commission, because the decision the Electoral Commission took offends the rule on sub judice. Once a matter between parties is filed before the courts of law, all administrative tribunals are stopped. They are not allowed to make decisions. The UPC is not the only political party in this country having internal disagreements. There are some political parties that even its very existence is being questioned in court, but their flag bearers have been cleared for nomination. No one can question the existence of UPC. In fact, many of them out there were nurtured. They were raised by UPC. So we are telling them, we are telling the Electoral Commission, and this is a point that I think we need to take serious, that the chairman of the Electoral Commission, who is a distinguished judge, I think missed sitting on the bench to give decisions. When he made that judgment, that ruling, I think he had forgotten that he was a chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission and not a judicial officer. He should clearly choose where to sit, because this matter was not a matter that he should have entertained. Thank you.
1st of September 2025, the chairperson of the Independent Electoral Commission, Justice Byabakama Simon, wrote to the Uganda People's Congress indicating that the Commission does not recognize my candidature as the UPC flag bearer. This is despite meeting all the requirements to be nominated. In compliance with the Constitution and the electoral laws, UPC presented all the requirements for the nomination of its flag bearer. Obtaining endorsement for the candidate with a surplus of the 98 districts which were required, which were verified and confirmed by the Electoral Commission as required by the law. From the onset, I want to reject the decision of Honorable Justice Byabakama Simon to deny the Uganda People's Congress its constitutional right to present a presidential candidate in the upcoming elections. The right to contest in an election is a constitutional right that should not be subject to the discretion of the Electoral Commission. I therefore take it that the decision of the Independent Electoral Commission was unfair, intended not only to undermine the sanctity of our Constitution of Uganda, but also to subvert the Uganda People's Congress and its constitutional right to participate in a general elections with a presidential candidate. In view the above, the party has filed an application for judicial review in the courts of law and believes that justice shall be served through the judiciary and that the Independent Electoral Commission shall accept my candidature as the UPC presidential flag bearer. I want to urge all party leaders and members to remain calm and move forward with the ongoing mobilization and preparation for UPC's participation in the upcoming elections at all levels, from the lower local governments right through to the President of the Republic. I wish to congratulate all UPC flag bearers who have already been nominated for various local government positions. As we are handling this matter at hand, I want to inform the entire membership and the general public that all our flag bearers for members of parliament are set for nomination next month. Rest assured that UPC will pursue all possible and peaceful means to achieve the goals of ensuring a peaceful transition in Uganda and to once again rebuild the very fabric of our social, political, and economic structure to achieve a country where every citizen has equal access to opportunities. I say all this for God and my country.
To show solidarity with the party president of UPC and the flag bearer for the 2026 general elections for the office of the President of the Republic of Uganda. As a parliamentary conference, we are deeply concerned and vehemently reject the sabotage by the Independent Electoral Commission of Uganda through its panicky ruling that was delivered yesterday, purporting to disqualify the Honorable James Michael Akena, who had met all the legal requirements under the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda to be nominated for the upcoming elections. We are concerned that the Independent Electoral Commission has abandoned its core mandate of being the adjudicator between political contestants for the office of the president and opted to unlawfully, illegally disqualify the party flag bearer for UPC. As a parliamentary conference, we shall not take that lying down. We are pursuing, as stated by the flag bearer, all the possible legal means and political means to ensure that the UPC will be on the flag and will fly this flag high so that Ugandans can choose. The timing and the nature of this disqualification in court raises serious concerns about the transparency, the fairness, and the independence of our electoral commission. We believe that Ugandans deserve a free and fair process where the leaders are chosen by the people, but not by an administrative body like the Electoral Commission. The party, therefore, will remain united and committed to the struggle for democracy, fairness, and the will of the people will be reflected by the participation of the Honorable James Michael Akena in the upcoming presidential elections. I thank you.
Whatsoever, the timing was deliberately unfair. And much of the processes which have taken place in this nomination have been awkward. The verification of signatures without agents of the candidates, the time taken to do the verification, and you get reports without any background background or information. So definitely this process has not been done, I think, in a free and fair manner. As such, as UPC, we were determined to present to the people of Uganda a blueprint which will touch their lives. And we're going to present that blueprint. A general election is where a country comes together and has a conversation on its future. That is what we're here for. We're here to talk about the future of Uganda. Each party presents their manifesto, presents their policies, and it's the people to decide. And I want my day to present on behalf of UPC for the people to decide, not the Electoral Commission, or not some other non-member or somebody who is not actual part of this process. But ultimately, it's a conversation which the people of Uganda must have and are going to have. On the questions of what we're doing, as it was stated here, we're going to use every possible legal means to make sure not only are we heard, but we're seen to be heard and we're active on the ground. We're also going to use every legal avenue available to us. Throughout my politics, I have struggled to keep this party alive, and I'll continue to struggle. I have struggled to support my candidates, and I will support the candidates. At the end of the day, I expect UPC's numbers to be well represented in all levels of government. So as UPC, you can rest assured Jimmy Akena is going to fight for his everything to make sure UPC flag bearers are there. On the question of legalities or questions of law, I'm going to leave it to Honorable Jonathan to tackle that one. But I just want to make sure that all people know that UPC is not going quietly. UPC is not broken. Those who think UPC had died, no chance. While we are alive, UPC will continue to thrive. So, Honorable Jonathan, please.
The Electoral Commission does not have the final say on how the Honorable Jimmy exercises his right to contest for the position of presidency of this country. So we are headed to court, and we believe that we shall seek some remedies from court. First, to compel the Electoral Commission within its schedules to nominate the Honorable Jimmy Akena, who has met all the legal requirements. And we have interrogated the law. We have not found anywhere any basis for him to be disqualified. We also believe that if the window for nomination has closed, the court will open it up, which is perfectly within the law. Whether it is 1 or 2 days to voting, the Honorable will appear and will deliver to Ugandans the victory that they